this is યોગેશ સોલંકી ફ્રોમ એમબી પટેલ સાયન્સ કોલેજ બાયસેગમાં આપનું સ્વાગત છે. આજનો સબ્જેક્ટ છે પોટેન્શિયોમેટ્રી. નાઉ પોટેન્શિયોમેટ્રી જનરલી in instrumental analysis there are basically two types of analysis. One is classical methods and one is instrumental methods. In classical methods we have volumetric analysis and gravimetric analysis. In volumetric analysis, which is done by the burettes and pipettes and an indicator, and gravimetric analysis જેને આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ ભારમાપક પૃથક્કરણ. વોલ્યુમેટ્રિક એનાલિસિસ એમાં ન્યુટ્રલાઇઝેશન ટાઇટ્રેશન, કોમ્પ્લેક્સોમેટ્રિક ટાઇટ્રેશન, ઓક્સિડેશન રિડક્શન ટાઇટ્રેશન જેને આપણે રેડોક્સ કહીએ છીએ, અને પ્રેસિપિટેશન ટાઇટ્રેશન. There are 4 types of titrations. Now if you want to define the neutralization titration, in neutralization titration, strong acid strong base titration, strong acid weak base titration, weak acid weak base titration, and strong base weak acid titration. There are so many times in weak acid weak base titration we have a proper indicator is not available. Indicator is not available. Also the solution is colored and opaque, and the solution is too dilute. In such cases we cannot use the titrimetric analysis with the burettes and pipettes. So in that case we have to use instruments like potentiometer. There are so many types of instruments: pH meter, potentiometer, conductometer. Now potentiometry titration is widely used in the laboratory. Potentiometric titration is basically an instrumental method to find out the endpoint of the titration. Now how it is done? Potentiometric titration. In potentiometric titration there are 2 types of indicators used. One is indicator electrode and one is reference electrode. In potentiometric titration, the change in electrode potential upon the addition of the titrant are noted against the volume of titrant added. When suppose in the titrimetric analysis in acid base titration, when we add NaOH from the burette, the number of ions in the solution changes according to the reaction, and that change in ions are noted down by the indicator. The potentiometric titration, in potentiometric titration the potentiometer measures the EMF of the solution. Now what is EMF? EMF is the electromotive force, the change in the electrons, the transfer of electrons in the solution measured by the electrode, and that particular EMF is measured by the potentiometer. According to this particular activity of the changing of ions, potentiometer measures the EMF, and this potentiometer, and according to the potentiometer, the potential of the cell is defined as the indicator electrode and solution potential plus reference electrode potential plus a liquid junction which is made up of a KCl solution, which is placed in between the indicator and the reference electrode to complete the circuit. This is an instrumental method, so we have to complete the circuit to measure the potential of the solution. Now in particular solution, when we add titrant, that is standard solution from the burette, the ions in the beaker changes continuously, and this measurement is done by the potentiometer between the reference and indicator electrode. Reference electrode has a constant value, and this particular cell junction having a 0 or almost 0 value. So the EMF measured by the EMF measured by the potentiometer is only by the indicator electrode. To measure the electrode potential, there are 2 different electrodes are used, as we see. indicator electrode and reference electrode. Potentiometric technique essentially involves the measurement of the electric potential or electromotive force, which we known as EMF, and at the electrode surface, which we known as indicator electrode, relative to a reference voltage, that is reference electrode. Now, the potential developed due to the activity of the ions at the electrode due to transfer of electrons is known as electrode potential. As the concentration of active ion changes in the solution during the reaction, the EMF of an electrolytic cell changes. As we seen on the board, a potentiometer is drawn. Now, in this particular potentiometric instrument, we have, this is for a titrimetric analysis, we have a hydrogen electrode as an indicator electrode and and a reference electrode known as a calomel electrode, where Hg is written, right. Both the electrodes are connected with each other to the potentiometer and in the beaker with the salt bridge. Hydrogen ion electrode with a active platinum at the one end and the other end a wire which is connected to the potentiometer. Now, a stirrer is there in the beaker. A stirrer is there in the beaker, right. So, in this way the circuit is complete. Now, when we add NaOH from the burette in a neutralization titration, when NaOH is added, at that time the number of ions of hydrogen ion decreases. NaOH neutralize the hydrogen ion, and in this way the EMF is recorded on the potentiometer. From the graph we can see that we have total 3 types of graph. One is the EMF versus volume, the second one is delta E by delta V versus volume of NaOH added, and the third one is delta E square upon delta V square upon V is added. In first graph, when we add NaOH in potentiometry, slowly the EMF increases. At the end point, a certain rise, a certain increase in the graph we see. That particular increase in the graph shows that the endpoint is done. The importance of this potentiometry is that we are free or we are not bound to use any type of indicator. This particular graph on the board, we see that delta E by delta V is a graph having a maximum peak. This particular graph is more accurate because we get a sharp value of the endpoint as seen on the graph. And in the third graph, delta E square by delta V versus V we have. So, this particular graph indicates a endpoint, but the more accurate graph is delta E versus delta V. Now, in case of precipitation titration, a graph is shown on the board which shows that as we in case of silver nitrate with NaCl solution, when we add standard AgNO3 solution from the burette, precipitation starts at the end point. All the ions are consumed or precipitated after the end point. We have a sharp, clean, horizontal graph as shown in board. Right. Now, the change in EMF is directly affects the electrode potential, which is measured by the indicator electrode. Now, there are so many different types of electrodes are used in potentiometry, modern potentiometry. They are defined, they are classified according to their activity, according to their construction, and according to the property. According to the activity, there are 2 types of electrodes. One is active electrode. It means that the electrode which take part in the chemical reaction and only transfer the electrons. Means electrode is directly taking part in the reaction. And the second one is inactive electrode, also known as inert electrode. which does not take part in the chemical reaction but only transfer the electrons in the circuit. That is, the example of the particular inactive electrodes are platinum electrode and graphite electrode. Inactive electrode only transfer the electron without taking part in the reaction, but the active electrodes are taking part in the reaction and which transfer the electron, and we measure the potentiometrically titration. Now the second part, the second classification is according to the construction. According to the construction of the electrode, metal electrode immersed in its own solution. That means if zinc is taken, then the solution of zinc sulfate. If copper electrode is taken, then copper sulfate is the solution, and silver electrode dipped in the silver solution, that is in the precipitation titration. Now second one is according to the construction, metal salt electrode is there. Metal electrode is immersed in its sparingly soluble salt, means a solution having very low concentration, like Ag in Ag plus 2 solution, Mg in Ag plus 2 solution, silver in silver solution, mercury calomel electrode. Now the third category according to their properties, indicator electrodes. First one is inductor electrode. Indicator electrodes are of three types: hydrogen gas electrode, queen hydrogen electrode, and glass electrode. Indicator electrode, which indicates the change in electrode potential with the change in ionic concentration. In case of neutralization titration, which changes depends upon the hydrogen ion concentration and OH minus ion concentration. As the concentration changes during the reaction, the indicator electrode measures the particular change. According to this change, the EMF changes, and that EMF is measured by the electrode. Now the second one is reference electrode. We know that reference electrode whose potential remains constant throughout the experiment, which cannot change. It has a particular constant potential. The example of the reference electrode or the mainly used reference electrode is normal calomel electrode. The electrode potential of a reference electrode is independent of the composition of the solution. We can use so many types of solution in potentiometric titration, in titrometric analysis, but the reference electrode is independent of the composition of the solution. Whatever the solution we use for this particular electrode, it does not affect on the reference electrode. But in principle, according to the potentiometry, normal hydrogen electrode can be used as a reference electrode. Now, this normal hydrogen electrode can be used as a reference electrode, but it is not suitable to use for the practical use. There are so many reasons which we indicate. The reasons are: first reason, it is difficult to construct such an electrode. Normal hydrogen electrode is difficult to construct in the laboratory because it is not the second point is the platinum wire used in electrode is easily affected by the presence of substance like arsenic oxide, etc. Now arsenic affects on the platinum wire. Platinum wire is very sensitive to this particular metals, this particular solution. So if we use platinum wire, then which affects by the presence of this particular arsenic oxide, and there are so many solutions which affect on the platinum. The third one is hydrogen would react with the reducible substances present in the solution. The hydrogen gas which we add in the normal hydrogen electrode, which is active gas and reacts with the other solutions, other metals, other reagents in the solution. So it is not in our use, that particular reference electrode. Fourth one is hydrogen may be removed Hydrogen may remove with itself the volatile substances, if any, in the electrolyte solution. In electrolyte solution, if any volatile substance, hydrogen remove that particular substance itself. Hydrogen is also removed and the volatile substance is also removed one by one. And now this is not the solution to get the ideal reference electrode. The ideal reference electrode should have following characteristics. There are so many ideal reference electrode, but the characteristic particular, what should be the characteristic of the reference electrode? First one is, it should be easily prepared from the readily available materials. There are so many materials available in the market. Some are cheap and some are costly, but we use a particular material which is cheap and easily available in the market, that we have to use. The second reason is, it should attain rapidly and accurately reproducible potential. The characteristic should be of reference electrode that it attain rapidly and accurately reproducible potential. As the reaction starts, the reference electrode accurately get the potential. The third reason is, the potential should not change over long period of time. The potential of the reference electrode, if one reaction is completed and the second reaction starts, in between that particular two reaction, if the potential of the reference electrode is different, then one cannot measure or one cannot judge the actual potential difference between indicator electrode and the reference electrode. Now, the junction potential is assumed to remain almost constant. Indicator electrode is 1 point, reference electrode is 1 point, and the third point is junction potential. Whatever we use a KCl solution as a junction potential, KCl junction, which itself has a very minute, very dilute or very low potential. We know that the cell constant, the cell potential is equal to the indicator electrode potential plus reference electrode potential plus cell junction potential. But we know that a reference potential is constant and a very low amount of this particular junction potential. So, the indicator electrode, the potential of indicator electrode is directly concerned with the cell potential. Now,